from the blog Don't Call It Bollywood, and today I want to talk about what exactly went wrong with Job Harry Met Sejal. Why are people so angry about it, and why is some other very small set of people so in love with the film? How did this happen? And to talk about it, I'm going to use my own sample size of all the people who I saw the movie with and what their various reactions were. Starting with myself. I saw it opening night, had read no reviews, had no friend who told me what they thought about it, knew absolutely nothing, on purpose. I wanted to go in cold just to see what that was like. And coincidentally, I couldn't even find a friend to come to it with me. This is the first Shah Rukh Khan opening night in years that I have gone to by myself. And finally, I went to a kind of out-of-the-way theater that doesn't usually show Indian films, so there weren't even that many other people in the audience. So there I am with only about 15 other people in the theater with me, with no friend whispering in my ear, with no reviews and no word of mouth in my head, and I'm watching the movie incredibly closely. Because that's how I always watch movies, and also because I'm a Shah Rukh Khan fan and I always pay close attention when he's on screen. I don't necessarily love everything he does, there's plenty of his movies I don't even like, but I am paying close attention. And that's the important part with this film. You have to pay close attention. You have to understand what the actors are doing, what the characters are feeling, etc., etc., etc. And then the film's going to work for you. And it worked for me. I'm not going to say I was in love with it on the first watch, but I enjoyed it. I was interested in it. Interested enough that I wanted to come back a second time on Monday. And this time I invited one of my best friends, who is a big, big Shah Rukh fan. And I told her, Shah Rukh movie, and very romantic, and very sexy, and all this stuff. So, okay, she comes, she's ready for a romantic, sexy Shah Rukh film. And bleh, she did not like it. She was checking her phone by the end. It was just not for her. Her description was cheesy. Too emotional, too internal, too dramatic and angsty and all of the stuff. Shah Rukh worked for her, sure, but nothing else did. Okay. Meanwhile, I, on my second watch, find myself liking this movie even more than I did on the first watch. Something's like really there. I'm really interested in it. So I want to come back again. So I invite some more friends, but this time I do something different. I don't tell them, Shah Rukh Khan movie, yay, you all have to watch it. No, I tell them really interesting internal character drama. Yes, Shah Rukh is there and he gives a great performance, but you have to pay close attention to see what he's doing and understand what's happening. And if you're still interested in that, then you can come see it with me. So this time, I had one friend who's been a Shah Rukh fan longer than me, really likes his 90s stuff, but can also enjoy the more internal sort of actorly thing. Her husband, who's not so much of a Shah Rukh fan or even an Indian film person, and two other friends, both of whom I've just sort of started getting into the movies in the past 4 or 5 years or so. They watch them with me, but not really on their own. All four of these people really liked the film. Again, I'm not going to say they necessarily loved it, but they really liked the film, and they got what the film was doing. They went in, they paid attention, they appreciated the performances, they appreciated the characters. It was good for them. And then I have my final example, the friend I didn't see it with. We usually see movies opening night, but she couldn't come this time because her whole family wanted to see this movie, so she had to go with them. And that was the problem. She saw this movie with her family in a regular Indian theater, so sold out, and she hated it. Her main complaint was nothing actually happens. You keep thinking something's going to happen, and then it doesn't. And I can see that. If I was sitting there with kids around me, with relatives sitting next to me going, wait, what's happening? I missed that. I would also hate this film. Because there's nothing there for the kids, and there's nothing there to talk about with your mother, and there's just nothing there like that. There's nothing obvious. She's right. Nothing happens if that's what you think of as something happening. So I think the problem with this movie is how it was promoted. We saw the song launches, we saw the posters, we saw the bright colors, and we thought, this is a movie you can watch with a large group of people, this is a movie you can watch with your family, this is a movie that'll have sold out theaters. And it just wasn't. It's not a bad movie for what it is. It's a bad movie for what it isn't. And I think that's what's irritating people so much. But if you went in knowing what it is, if you went in with my smaller sample size of the second group, the people that I said, this is what it is, only come with me if you're interested in that, then you can really enjoy it. It's a good little film on its own. It's the feeling of being conned, the feeling of being lied to, that I think is making people so angry. My hope is, as time goes on, people will be able to watch this film for what it actually is, not what they thought it would be, and will be a little more content with it. My hope is also that this is a lesson to film promoters that you may be able to get a much bigger first day box office by doing this kind of promotion. But in the long run, you're going to get a lot of bad press and a lot of grief from the fans, and it probably isn't worth it. Anyway, that's what I think. Hop on over to my blog, Don't Call It Bollywood, if you have anything you want to add, if you disagree, if you agree, anything at all. Hope to see you there. Thanks. Bye.